Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the UPod, the UmattR podcast. I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves today, and then we are going to talk about our conspiracy theories.
Hello, everyone. I am Andrew Flores. I'm a senior at Bloomfield High School.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a senior at PV.
Hey guys, my name is Korbin. I go to the San Juan College High School.
I am Bryson. I go to Aztec High School. So we will start off with Andrew. He's going to tell us about his conspiracy, and then we'll go around the table, and then we'll wrap up after that.
So my conspiracy, guys, is about the Titanic. Everybody's heard about the Titanic, about how it sank. Well, my conspiracy theory is that it was sunk on purpose. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know if you guys have heard of J.P. Morgan.
I have not.
Well, anyway, in the olden times, in like the early 1900s, he was a billionaire businessman, really like heavy dude, right? So this theory is that he deliberately sunk the ship to assassinate his competitors that were on board.
Jeez.
So it actually has some evidence to back that up. So J.P. Morgan was the owner of the company that created the Titanic. So he had his hand in a lot of like the design of the ship. Well, to give you some backstory, in 1907, there was the panic of 1907. And so like the banks failed and all that. And to make sure the banks never fail again, Morgan supported the creation of the Federal Reserve, which is like a central bank system, I guess. And a few of his competitors that were also like millionaires and businessmen and stuff like that, they all opposed the creation of the central banking system. And they were all on board the Titanic when it sank. And so it's a theory that he sunk it on purpose because he was the owner and he didn't want those guys opposing his ideas. And it's really crazy because he actually had a ticket to be on the Titanic and he canceled like last minute right before.
Wow.
That's
So
really suspicious.
It's really suspicious, actually.
Yeah.
So that's my theory. If you guys want to come back to me, I have some more stuff on it. It's pretty crazy.
I do have one question for you.
All right.
I actually had heard of the Titanic conspiracy theory before, and one thing I heard about it was that maybe he also sank it to like get more money from the insurance, because possibly it was a sister ship that actually sank and they just renamed the original Titanic to be the sister ship.
I've seen that
I've heard
before.
that
I have some stuff on that too.
All right.
So the Titanic, on the design, like on the plans of the Titanic, it is supposed to have 14 portholes on the side of the ship, right? And the Olympic, its sister ship, has 16 portholes on the side of the ship. But on like photographs of whenever the Titanic launched, it has 16.
Wow.
And then like there's eyewitness accounts of there's a fresh coat of paint. Like people could tell that they had been working on the ship until last minute. So maybe they were remodeling it from the Olympic to the Titanic and nobody would know.
That makes sense.
It's crazy.
It's like a whole master plan.
It's weird.
Mhm.
And he was the owner. I don't know. It's suspicious if you ask me.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Very sus.
Very sus.
All right, Hannah.
Okay, so my conspiracy is about the pyramids in Egypt. I know that there's a lot of conspiracies about like aliens and like high-tech civilizations and stuff, but there's actually some really weird stuff. So basically in 2018 there was a hidden chamber that was found, and supposedly all the pyramids were supposed to have 3 chambers, like tombs, and this one apparently has 4. And the stone walls that were in this secret chamber were made out of a different kind of stone, red granite, which is found 600 miles away from where the pyramid was built.
600 miles.
It's pretty far.
And so something else that's weird is that a lot of people think that they're like tombs where like the pharaohs were like buried, but no treasures or no mummies were ever found in the pyramids. So that's a little weird. And then also, you know how there's hieroglyphics everywhere, like in Egypt, that tell the stories about like how stuff was made and how stuff was like built and when and by who?
Right.
Well, there's no hieroglyphics in the pyramids or on the pyramids or like anywhere, which is like weird. So like, what's the real purpose of the pyramids? Like, what's their purpose, you know? Like, nobody really knows.
Aliens.
I think so too. The pyramids are huge. I don't understand how people could lift up like all that stuff. It's like perfectly formed too.
It's levitation, man.
I heard a thing, it was like you can't even fit a piece of paper in between the bricks.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, one theory is that they were used as power plants to power maybe like, I don't know, technology or like really big civilizations or
A
stuff.
power plant?
Because there's evidence of chemicals mixed in the pyramids, suggesting that they could be geomechanical devices.
Whoa.
Because this scientist named Christopher Dunn, he found, zinc and hydrochloric acid in the Queen's chamber of the Great Pyramid, and whenever those two chemicals mix, it creates hydrogen, which could have been used to power the pyramids.
Advanced civilization.
Pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And like spacecraft and stuff like that, aliens.
I don't even think we could do that now.
Yeah, we can't even do that now.
If we, I guarantee no one here can build a freaking pyramid that
Yeah.
Probably
perfect.
not.
It's true.
Yeah. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your turn, Corbin.
All right. So, my conspiracy theory, I actually have two to present today. One of them is about the Denver airport, and that's probably where I'll start. So, maybe some of our viewers know, but the Denver airport is kind of a really big hub for like art, really interesting art, in fact. There's lots of paintings around the Denver airport about war and people suffering because of the consequences of war. There's also there's in fact one little kind of mini civilization statue about like a post-apocalyptic scene, and it's right next to the train station in the Denver airport. And all of that kind of suggests that whoever is running the Denver airport wants to like change the world. They want to like end all wars. They want to like change the world completely different from what it is now. And I mean, a lot of conspiracy theories have been going around that the Denver airport is actually like the hub and like the kind of the base of the Illuminati. One piece of evidence to support this, evidence if you can call it that, is there's like in the Denver airport there's like I said, there was lots of different artwork. One of the inscriptions on the ground is like a minecart, and inside the minecart there's the symbols AU and AG, which most people would assume are the atomic symbols for gold and silver because Colorado was a mining state, but it could also represent the Australian antigen, which is a poison that is rumored the Illuminati will use to take over the world eventually. It's just a rumor, but at the same time. And then also, a really interesting thing that happened is the Denver airport, they like to advertise based on like making things to support conspiracy theories that people put out about them. But one of the advertisements they made could possibly be true, because going back to the lizard people conspiracy theory, one of the advertisements the Denver airport put out was actually an ad saying, "What are we doing? Adding amazing new restaurants and bars, building an Illuminati headquarters, and remodeling the lizard people's lair." And this is right here. I don't know if you can see it. If you guys want to look at that, it's basically a picture of lizard people in fancy clothes, obviously controlling the world. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the headquarters. Maybe the lizard people and the Illuminati are working together. Going off that, I should probably explain the lizard people conspiracy theory a little bit. It's been rumored that lizard people are actually secretly ruling the world. Many of the world leaders are actually shape-shifting lizard people who can shape-shift at will, so that we, as normal citizens of the world, can't know that. For example, one of the biggest pieces of evidence is that there were, in a book that was published at once, I forgot by who it was, but there were interviews in the book, and the people in the interviews claimed that the royal family, as well as Queen Elizabeth, were actually shape-shifting lizard people, as well as many other world leaders. And
I believe it.
I think you're a lizard people.
I think that there are lizard people in this room.
It is pretty crazy.
Could be any one of us.
Maybe.
Also, sorry, Korbin,
You're
but
good.
I've been to the Denver airport, and there's definitely some people in there that might be lizards.
It's pretty sketchy.
That place has bad vibes. Just saying.
I'm just gonna go around town claiming people are lizard people.
That's a good idea.
You should record it for us. We want to see that.
Lizard
Anyway,
people rolling
anyways.
around Farmington.
Right.
Lizard people.
Okay. Anyways, going back to that, after Queen Elizabeth died last year, there are multiple people posting on social media bringing up those like quotes and claims that she was actually part of a lizard people community. And all of those posts on Facebook and Twitter, or X if you want to call it that, they were all censored and taken down, which could be because world leaders in charge of those social media platforms don't want those ideas circulating amongst society.
Because they're true.
Elon Musk is definitely a lizard
Elon
person.
Musk is a lizard person.
So is Mark.
Son.
So is Mark Zuckerberg. He's definitely a lizard
For sure.
person.
His
God
son,
lizard people.
his son's name's like Exo something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you need more evidence, I mean, come on. He's definitely a lizard person.
Right. So basically, that's what I have to bring to the table today.
That's really
And
interesting.
It makes sense because, like, if the Illuminati are in the Denver airport and the lizard people are ruling the world, the Denver airport's one of the biggest airports in the world, and it actually took much longer to build, and it went $3 billion over budget. So, I mean, if they weren't building something extra, why would all that have to happen?
They were building
Mhm.
tunnels.
Yep.
Definitely.
There's
Mhm.
tons
I've heard
of
about that.
tunnels.
Confirmed.
All right, I'll go now. So there's this big show called Stranger Things. I've asked you guys if you've watched it. You guys haven't, right?
No, I
I
have
haven't.
not.
You have.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know this until I seen it on a random TikTok scrolling like last week that it was based on a true story. So the show's
Wow.
about there's a girl called 11 and she's like this kid that they experimented on and she has like powers to open up portals to other dimensions. And so it's just like a 4-season long show and apparently it was based on a true story. So this was in the 1980s. It's called the Montauk Project.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And so this was an old Air Force base in New York. And so it used to be called Camp Zero. And so they put a big radar tower like on top of the thing. And so people, like residents around the town were like experiencing like weird like random headaches and
That
like
is really suspicious.
their TVs were going off and just like random things like because of the radar tower. And so the government started like testing on these kids for like mind control and interdimension travel. And so they would bring these kids in from like the town because they thought they could just like control the other dimensions. And they would like put them in like electric chairs and like just torture them until like because they thought they could do dimension travel. Like imagine if we had us dimensional travel.
Honestly, I think that would be pretty cool. Like
Stranger
traveling
Things being a
dimensions.
true story is crazy.
Yeah, the show's crazy.
The show's crazy because could you imagine it being real?
And so they stated that these kids could see through people's eyes, manifest objects, and even open up portals to space and other dimensions. That's what they thought. And so one of the kids, they were putting her in a electric chair. And so this is how 11's based off of, is this person. And so they put her in an electric chair. And so she opened up a dimension to like another world. And so a creature came through the dimension and tore up like everything in their laboratory. And so one of the doctors that were testing on her like pulled the plug on the chair and then the creature like vanished. And so after that they put like gravel and like what do you call it? Planted up like covered up the base under the camp. And then after that everyone there just like left it.
A monster.
Forgot about it.
Coming to life. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But that's what Stranger Things was based off of,
And-
which I thought was so crazy because I've watched that show so many times.
Yeah, me too.
And I did not know it was based on a true story.
Sheriff Hopper better put a stop to all these monsters, man. It's crazy. Lizard people, underground layers.
Lizard people, Stranger Things,
I mean,
pyramids.
good
Maybe-
stories are always based off like really good ideas, and the best ideas come from like real things, if you know what I mean.
Maybe 11 summoned the lizard people.
That's valid.
It's
And
pretty
the lizard
crazy,
people built the
guys.
pyramids.
And the lizard people built the pyramids, and maybe
Mhm.
J.P. Morgan was a lizard person who sunk the Titanic.
Definitely.
And
Mhm.
There you go. That's how all of our conspiracy
All,
theories
Those are
all
our
connected,
conspiracy
guys.
tie in. But that's it from us. Anybody else got anything to say?
We should probably just say to our viewers, these are conspiracy theories. We don't necessarily actually believe this stuff.
No, these
it's
are
just
real.
really interesting. to
These
talk
are
about.
real. These are real. And if you don't believe them, I don't know what to tell you.
I believe the lizard people one, but
The lizard people one's pretty valid.
we're gonna wrap up here. Go out there, look these up for yourself, research them. Give us more feedback.
Watch
Eh,
Stranger Things.
Watch Stranger Things. That's a very good show. Go out there, do your research for your own on these conspiracy theories, and come back for the next episode for the UMattR podcast. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.